This morning, we're going to find out who won this lovely, lovely little bag and talk about all the insane amount of gear that I'm taking on my trip. And I get to actually tell you what I'm doing. Good morning and welcome to PhotoJoseph's Photo Moment, the first live show on YouTube dedicated to photography, video, streaming, all things camera related every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. 9:30 a.m. Pacific at youtube.com/PhotoJoseph. There's a thing that popped up like right there. See, look, that's where you're going. That's where you are, and that's where you go. And that's how you subscribe. Hit the bell, hit the thumbs up, hit the whole things. And we have a show. So today, we've got a kind of an all-over-the-place agenda, as you might have already gathered from my scatterbrained mentality as we open the show. We are finally giving away this lovely little bag. I'm going to tell you about the trip that I'm about to go on. I am going to tell you about the clients that I'm shooting for, and I'm going to show you all the gear that I'm bringing, which is kind of silly, but that's just the way we do things. Plus, we have a new toy setup. This is kind of cool. So okay. Obviously, I would love for someone to test this out, but I'm not saying you have to. But you know the super chat thing where there's a little button, if you're watching live, there's a button, the super chat thing that you can click on, and it's like, contribute money to the show. Super awesome. Always love that. I found out that there's an IFTTT, if this then that script, that's connected to super chat that will change the color of your hue lights to match the color of the super chat thing. And I'm dying to find out if it works or not, but I'm not saying that you have to do it. But this right here is a hue light, which in theory, I haven't been able to test it because this is the first live show since I hooked it up. It also should tweet something about, like, thank you to, I guess, the name of whoever does it. I have no idea. So we're gonna find out if that works. But if anybody decides to do a super chat, that thing will light up. Let's start with the prize, shall we? A while ago, we held we started a contest that is ending now for this lovely bag. So the bag itself, we did a video on this whole bag exploring it. That video is linked up here. If you don't win the bag, you can still check it out. It's a really awesome small bag. The company is called Cozy Speed. The product is the Street-O-Matic, curious name. The idea behind this bag is one-handed access to your gear. So you wear it like a elaborate fanny pack. It just clips on. It's got a very nice release here, so you can't accidentally release it. It takes two hands to release it. But that's the only thing that it takes two hands to do, because the whole point of this bag is you have easy access. You kind of release the grip on there, and you easily pull down and up and get into your gear. And it's nice. It's really nice. If you're just out and about shooting, you're doing a little vacation, you want a small bag with you, you could put a couple lenses in here and a camera in your hand. You could put your camera and a lens in there, whatever you want. So it's a really nice little bag, and we're giving it away. Now, the way that we're giving it away is we did a photo contest. It's not a normal type of photo contest. So a while ago, I did a video about black and white photography using color filters. So aside from the contest, if you haven't seen that, check that out, because that's really cool. And back in the days of film, long before we had Photoshop and Lightroom and all that good stuff, if you wanted to alter how your black and white photo looked, make your skies darker, make your clouds brighter, this sort of thing, you added color filters. Red, yellow, green, blue filters that you put onto your camera. So through the lens, you saw a red scene or a blue scene. It looked really ridiculous, but for black and white recording, it really worked out well. And I thought, let's go back to the old way of doing things, pull out these glass filters and see how they work. And so we did a contest where you, as the viewer, as the contest entrant, would take two photos, identical photo, as close to identical as you can, one with the color filter and one without the color filter, and put them side by side and make them black and white. And this is not using the filters in Photoshop, using just the filter, the glass on the camera, put the two photos side by side and show us the difference. And what we would vote on is the one that we thought would make that, what communicated that difference the best. This color filter really made the trees sing, the sky pop, whatever. It really made some kind of dramatic difference in the photo. And you went, wow, that is better with the color filter. That was the objective. We did it via a like system because we did. And so we're going to take a quick look right now on the Facebook page and take a look at the entrance and see who won. Now, and if any of you have already looked at it, you already know, but we're going to go look at it anyway. Because you had to buy something to do this, there aren't a huge amount of entries, but that's okay. It just kind of limited the playing field. And so let's take a look at what we got. So there were two places people dropped photos into. There's one where we're going to find one. So Steve Diaz here. Let's take a look at Steve's photo. Using these filters really helped me understand the importance of light and how contrast in black and white photography really can be used to isolate the subject or draw attention to other textures or points of interest. Awesome. Very cool. So here's the picture. So black and white without a filter and black and white with an orange filter. And so you can see in here, There's a little bit of difference in the, I'd say primarily in the greens and the grass, or maybe it wasn't so green, and it looks like the white in the cloud popped out a little bit. So there's the difference between the two. And this picture has, let's see here, where do we far? Here we go, 53, so there's 2 plus 53 others, so 54, 55, I can add, 55 likes on that picture. So pretty good, Steve Diaz, excellent. And then we go to the next tab because that's where all the rest of them landed. And it doesn't matter where you put it. Don't worry, like you're not going, oh, I put it in the wrong place. They were here. It was up to you to promote your own image and get likes. Didn't really matter where you put it. All right, so here, Mark Miller. Please like this photo and help me win. No filter on the left, yellow filter on the right. With the filter, I do see a little more detail on the cloudy sky, but the most noticeable difference to me is how it brightened the yellow painted house and the dormant winter grass. And that is an excellent point. So the house, so we put a yellow filter, right? And the house is yellow. And look at how much brighter the house is. I gotta stop running my mouse over it because it makes the whole thing dark. Notice how the houses on the right are so much brighter, really popping out against the sky, and the grass, as you said, the dormant grass is popping out as well. So great shot, nice composition to begin with, and certainly it does a very good job of showing us what the filter does. And it has 71. All right, so 71. So that is currently in the lead at 71 likes. Next up, Simon Westbrook. Please like this picture. There we go. So again, let's see. There's no, oh, here with red filter. Oh, okay, so they're backwards. The red filter's on the left. That's fine. So the red filter on the left. So interesting choice to go for the red. On skin tones, often you go for yellow or orange. It's made the skin a little bit darker, a little bit lower contrast. I wonder if the text is actually reversed. Simon, I think you're here. Yeah, you are in the audience, in the live audience. Let me know, Simon, if the one that says with red filters on the left, is that really the one, or are they reversed? Because it seems to me like it's actually reversed, but maybe not. Anyway, so there's the difference in there. So there is a difference between the filters for sure. And this one's got, whoa, 166 likes. Yikes. My Way Studio says it is correct. So what it is saying here is correct. So that is with the red filter, that's without it. So now I'm wondering though, Simon, this is the exact same picture. Simon, we may have a problem here, because that is, I just realized, I haven't looked at it this closely, that is the exact same photo. That's not two separate photos, so it couldn't possibly be one photo with a glass filter and one without. So that does make me, why don't you clarify how you did it, because that was the idea, is two separate photos, one with a glass filter, one without, so it's impossible for it to be the exact same photo. And given that this is a moment in time of the just spectacular laugh on the child, not quite sure how you do it. My Way Studio says, I knew you would mention this. Explain, my friend. Tell me what's going on. In the meantime, I'll give you a chance to type that up. I'm going to take a look at the next picture. Next up is Jason Brett. This is my photo with the blue filter and black and white on the right, to black and white, no filter in the middle, then the color on the right using the high-res mode. All right, so we didn't need that one on the color on the right, but we're looking at the difference here. So photo with the blue filter on the right, blue filter on the right, blue filter on the right, maybe you meant left. Black and white, no filter in the middle, so you meant left. All right, so that's the blue filter on the left, no filter on the right. Minimal difference, but we can see the clouds a little bit darker in there. The sky peeking through the clouds is a little bit darker in there. And a little bit more contrast in the grass in there. Subtle difference, but I would say it does make an improvement, right? We've got definitely a higher contrast image on the left in there. And then this 80 megapixel size down to like 50 pixels wide, because that's Facebook for you. Oh, and here's another, Jason Brett posted another one. This is my other photo, black and white brown filter on the left with, let's just bring that up here. Brown filter on the left with black and white photo on the right using the high-res mode. So very, very subtle differences in there. So I think the first one is where we're seeing more of a difference. Jump back out of that there. And there we go. So that's what we've got. And this one, ooh, looks like you didn't do a whole lot of promoting there, Jason. We've only got a few likes on there, sorry to say. But good job posting the photo and sharing with us. That's awesome. And then there's, let's see here. Oh, that's the one we already looked at. So there we go. Not a huge amount of entries, but that's okay. So let's see here. My Way Studios is saying fast shooting mode, moving the filter on and off. I actually got 4 photos as the Nikon is slower than a Lumix. I originally posted another version of the spray. She's holding but removed it and changed it. Also got another one of my cat. So you're saying this is 2 separate photos. Okay. Well, I'm not going to challenge you on it. If you say that's what it is, and that's what it is. So, so there we go. Well, then I guess we have our winner. So Ryan will reach out to you. I am going to say we're going to do a consolation thing as well, because I think this photo best represents what the filters actually do. This is a really good example of how the filters should be used and getting the most out of it. So that is what I'm going to call this one the consolation, and I mean it was quite high at 71, and we'll take it from there. And I will reach out to both of you guys, or Ryan will reach out to you, because I am heading out of town. So Ryan's going to take over from here, and we'll get you guys sorted out. So hey, thanks a lot for entering the contest. That's super cool. We will try and do more contests in the future. Maybe have, I don't know. We'll do different types of contests. But thank you especially to Cozy Speed for providing the bag for this. So again, this is mine, and then we have a second one that we're giving away. So super thanks to Cozy Speed for providing this. That is really, really awesome. You guys rock. And again, if you haven't seen the video on that, it's already linked up here. Check it out and do enjoy it. Alrighty, so now let's move on to what I'm doing on this trip. Before I do that, just very quickly, just a reminder here, the value model that we have on this show, you're about to learn a lot over the next few minutes of all the type of gear that I'm going to be using, explaining why I'm using it. This may get a little bit long. I'm just going to warn you, the next part may go a little bit long, but we're going to go through all the gear that I'm taking. So what I want to tell you about here is this value for value model that we have here on this show. What this means is if you gain value from the show, then I most certainly appreciate it if you can put some value back in. You can do that by going to photojoseph.com/support, and there's a whole variety of ways to do it, from single one-off contributions via PayPal, Patreon, PayPal, Apple Pay, Google Pay, whatever you like, or monthly contributions via Patreon. Of course, there is the affiliate store, and there are instructions on how you can reach out to me directly if you want to hire me to help you set up a live streaming studio, photography studio, whatever you're doing. When it comes to the affiliate link, you're going to see there is a dedicated kit, because I use this thing called kit.com/PhotoJoseph. It's pretty awesome. There's a dedicated kit for this show because there's a lot of stuff to show you. So let's get set up with there. Ryan, why don't you come on out, man the other camera, and we are going to head over to the other side. So we're going to start with this bag. Actually, we're going to start by explaining what the heck I'm doing here. You may recall some time ago that I showed you this thing called the GNARBOX. The GNARBOX, we'll get into this in future shows a little bit more about what it is, but the whole idea of the GNARBOX is it is essentially a storage system and computer built into one thing. The headphones aren't plugged in, that's why. Is it? I don't know. Ryan's trying to monitor and it's not working. It is plugged in. Huh, weird. You have to hit over the program button. Program? He's figuring it. He's getting there. We're getting there. So the GNARBOX is a hard drive and a mini computer, if you will. What this does is allows you to store your media while you're on the go, back it up on the go. So you take your SD card, you pop it in, and you can ingest all your footage onto the internal hard drive on this thing. So I'm playing with my cables here, trying to get rid of this because I really don't want this thing hanging off of me. There we go. Now I'm free. And not only does it back it up, but you can actually access the device over your phone, over your smartphone, your Android or iOS phone, or your iPad, and edit the footage. Do a basic edit, copy that edit back to your phone, and then upload it to Instagram, Facebook, whatever you like. It also works for still photos. You can also put your still photos on there, but I think the primary, like the really big heavy use for it is for your video work. The advantage of this thing, the reason you would use this, I'll grab one out here and show you the size of it. The main reason you would have this is instead of having to carry your laptop, right? You are on the road, you are on the go, maybe you're skiing or something, you've got a GoPro on you, you're flying a drone, whatever, and you want to get that footage not only backed up, but being able to actually edit and access it without having to have a laptop or having the very limited access, limited storage that you have on your iPad. So that's what you do, put it on there and off you go. And you can literally do a simple edit from this thing on your iPhone. Super cool, right? So I got one of these things a while ago. Company gave me one to play with, and I talked about it a bit, and I used it a bit. I thought, this is really cool. And when I first got it, I said to them, one of the very first things, I go, man, you know, there's this really awesome video editing app on iOS called LumaFusion that is basically like a Premiere or Final Cut on your iPad. It's insane. It would be great if you figured out a way to work with that. So they reached out to LumaFusion, and that was many, many months ago, and they have figured out a way to integrate the two in a fantastic manner. So you can, and this is coming soon, you can or will be able to access the footage on here, all of the footage on here, from LumaFusion on your iPad, and not actually have to copy over all the content, but only copy over the pieces that you need and edit, and off you go. So instead of having to take 30 gigs, 60 gigs of content that is on your card, copy all of it to your iPad, and then edit from there, you can copy all your content to here, much bigger hard drive, and then access and edit only what you need from this. This becomes an incredible, incredible traveling combination. So the job that I'm doing is these two companies, well, not Apple, but LumaFusion and GNARBOX have hired me to create a video around it. And the video we're doing is actually a video within a video. It's a very meta thing. So I'm producing a simple video using just these things. And this is going to be out in the field. We're actually going to shoot this in Slovenia because I already had my family vacation planned. And so I'm taking a day out of that to go out and shoot for them. And we're going to shoot some beauty scenes in there and put something together with the GH5 and some drone footage and copy it all to here and build a short video from this. I am also shooting a vlog, if you will, around the whole trip, talking about the whole process of doing it. So it's kind of this little meta video within a video thing. So that's the process. Now for the actual video, the final product, if you will, from these, part of it is about portability. I mean, a big part of it is, obviously, right? You don't want to have, if you have this and then you've got a massive slider and you've got, I don't know, a huge tripod and all this other gear, then you haven't really saved that much, because so what? So you didn't have to carry your laptop, but you still carried a truck full of other gear. Kind of defeats the purpose. So what we want to do is show a very light and portable rig that would complement a setup like this. And so that is what's in this bag. So let me clear some stuff out of the way. We're going to show you what's in this bag, and then we'll talk about the larger shoot, because it is a shoot within a shoot, so there actually is a lot of gear going, but we're focusing right now on the little parts. So clean some stuff up here, make some space. Ryan, can you see everything nicely? Is that well good enough? This is another new little bag. This is from Think Tank. You probably know I really love Think Tank bags. We're like bagged up today. This is great. This is the Retrospective 7. You can see the size. This is a very reasonable size camera bag, quite a bit bigger than the, well, it's over there, but quite a bit bigger than the Cozy Speed that we were just playing with. Obviously holds a lot more gear. This one is designed to hold an iPad. This is the new 10-inch iPad. This thing's pretty slick, by the way. Just got my hands on this thing. Fits in there with room to spare. I think it'll actually fit up to an 11-inch MacBook Air, but this is designed to go in there, so that's that. So we've got that in this bag. Another feature that I really like on this bag, you heard that, the big Velcro rip, right? So great, secure, nice and tough. Pull that thing up. If you're shooting a wedding, not so cool, right? You don't want that sound bugging people. So look, they have these things called silencers. This is Sony. Zoom in on this, Ryan. This is so cool. So I open this, and see there's the sticky part of the Velcro. That's obviously what makes all the noise coming off the other side. I close this, and I do the same on the other side. Get rid of all that Velcro-y sound. Close these off, and now the Velcro is covered, so when I close it, it just sits there. It's just a flap now. It's not actually grabbing onto it. So obviously it's not as secure, but if you're out shooting something like a wedding where you want to be quiet, you now have the ability to just have that there without keeping it closed without it making any noise. Really, really nice feature. I think that is just so cool, and they've been doing this for a long time on their bags. Okay, so we open this guy up. Nice big padded shoulder strap, really, really nice and robust. I love this kind of canvas look to it too. It's really pretty. Let's see what's in this bag. So sticking on the outside pocket here, I have the GNARBOX. Now, why is it on the outside pocket? It's a little snug in there. Things kind of stretch out a bit. Why is it on the outside pocket? Well, this thing is weather sealed to begin with. So that's, if it gets rained on, no problem. When you're copying data off of this, it gets hot. There is a huge heat sink on the top of this to distribute the heat. This is designed really so that when you're using it, you can just, it's got a carabiner clip, you can just clip this thing onto the outside of your bag and go. So I figured this little bit of canvas here is fine, so I'll be able to stick this thing into the pocket, put my media on here, start copying it, stick it back into the pocket, and away we go. So that is where that lives, nicely fitting in that outside pocket. It's almost like it was designed for it. It wasn't, but maybe it was. All right, inside of this we also have microphone, because, you know, gotta have your microphone. In fact, I'm gonna do something a little bit new on this trip with sound. I am gonna shoot with this sometimes, but sometimes I don't wanna have the mic on here. So this is the GH5 with the AT-18, kind of my preferred vlogging lens. You know, this is great. It's obviously quite small and compact, but maybe you don't always wanna have the microphone. So you guys know Max Yuryev, good guy. We've had some fun here on YouTube together. The way that he shoots a lot of his vlogging stuff, he turned me onto this a while ago, and I've just got this. I haven't even really tried it yet, except to turn it on and make sure that it works. This is a Tascam DR10L. this is a lav microphone, obviously, but it's not a wireless lav. This actually records to the internal storage on here. And you see this is tiny, tiny little, I mean, compared to my Sennheiser wireless pack, you can see it's quite a bit smaller. So this is a really nice little compact dealio. These are ideal if you're shooting like a wedding, for example. You could put one of these on every member of the wedding party, and you'd be capturing audio from everybody in the wedding party simultaneously. Pretty slick, right? What happens is you record your audio separately here. The camera just has its own audio, which is obviously crap, but it's enough to sync up with this. And then you use software to sync them together. Now, you can do that natively in Final Cut or in Premiere. It'll automatically sync them up. But the software that Max uses, and I have a copy of it and haven't yet tried it out, but we're going to see how this works, is something called Plural Eyes. Like Plural Eyes. Strange name, right? But Plural Eyes it's a standalone app. I guess it might act as a plugin too, but anyway, standalone app that takes a folder full of media and just does all the syncing for you. Haven't tried it yet. Once I do, I will do a video on it because I think it's going to be really, really cool. I know Max uses it all the time and he loves it. So that's what I'm doing. The reason that I want to do this, other than not having this big thing on the camera all the time, is I'll have this, let's say, for my whole journey there, other than sleeping on the plane, obviously, but going through the airport, doing the things. And sometimes, there's that little moment, that little soundbite, that little thing that happens that you're thinking, I wish I'd been rolling camera on that. That was perfect. I will record all the sound, all the audio, all the discussion that happens. So that will get recorded. And then if I don't have video to sync up with it, well, I can overlay it with some B-roll. At least I have the audio. So that's part of the idea behind this. So I'm excited about that. I'm excited about shooting this way. It's a whole new thing. So we got that in here. Also inside of this bag, I've got a couple extra lenses. So that's the 8-18. I've got my 15 mil, one of my favorites, the 15-1.7, and the 25 0.95. So these two little lenses plus the zoom there will give me most of what I need for kind of vloggy type stuff. And where we're going to go to shoot the scenes for the GNARBOX LumaFusion video is going to be out in the country. With some beautiful areas we're going to go to. Weather dependent. It's snowing there right now, apparently. But that's the kit that I'll bring out to there. And maybe I'll change my mind and bring a longer lens instead, or even in addition. I could squeeze some more into here. And then there's this. I don't get to keep this. It's the clients, they want it back. But this, my friends, is the Air, the Mavic Air. I just unboxed it yesterday. I didn't do an unboxing because we already did one when Sean was here, but got it all fired up this morning, updated all the firmware, so this little bad boy is ready to go. So this and the remote fit into this. So here, zoom in on this part of the bag here, Ryan. You can see in here, it's got these little pockets inside of the bag, and there's a kind of a hidden pocket. Can you even see in that? Is it too dark? Pretty dark in there. Let's go, there we go. Maybe kind of sort of into the light, trying to get some light into there. But anyway, there's a little pocket inside here, and the remote fits perfectly in that. It's a little bit snug, but that fits in there. So we've got the remote in there. We've got the Air. We've got the lenses that are already in. We've got the camera. Drop that down. There's room for the mic. Can't put the mic with the camera, mic on the camera in there, but it fits in there like that. There were extra propeller blades attached to the bag. So just little extra blades that it comes with. The Flymore kit comes with a lot of extra stuff, which is pretty slick. In the front of the bag here, I've got 2 extra Mavic batteries, 2 extra GH5 batteries, Apple Pencil, and still got room for more. There's still this flap in the front here. I could put something else in the back. So this is a really nice kit. It's obviously I've packed it full of gear, so it doesn't, it no longer weighs nothing, but it is everything that I would need for the type of shoot that I will go do around the GNARBOX, including the GNARBOX itself and the iPad, so I can actually ingest and even edit and deliver completely out in the field or from a cafe or wherever you might be. So that's that. That is that part of the bag. Now, let's move on. Actually, no, I'm gonna just check comments real quick and see if there's anything going on there. I'm gonna head over to the other part of the room for that so that I can see what's going on. Let's see here, let me scroll down. Anything going on in here we want to address? Tellman, the rock structure in the contest, talking about the contest photos again, is a prime example of how I have trouble getting some things to stand out in the picture instead of blending in. How do you address that problem? It really comes down to background. Lighting is a big part of it. If you have flat lighting, everything's going to become flat. If you got some sun, you get some contrast, you get more shadows in there. And then it's subject matter. Is the rock really the most interesting thing there, or should there be somebody in front of the rock? Should there be some other element other than just the rock? It's all about not just the subject, but what's around the subject, behind the subject that really, really is important. Let's see here. You guys are talking about the camera bags, what fits in that little bag, this little guy here. I'll bring this back over. We can compare sizes to the think tank. Trevor says Think Tank is looking great. Have to check that out. It's a really nice bag. I really like it. Trevor says, if you're asking me, I can carry my GX85 with a pancake and 2 small micro four thirds lenses. Maybe we're talking about this. But yeah, GX85 and a couple small lenses will practically fit in your pocket. It's remarkable. And Trevor says, I want this bag. But there you go. My Way Studio says, bet someone can win it. Nope, not that one. I'm keeping that one. All right, so that's all in the comments. Let's head back over to here and see what else we've got. So, other things. This is on loan right now from B&H. I ordered this specifically so that I could use it on this trip and do a comprehensive review of it. This is the iCan DS2A, is that right? Yep, DS2A. This is the new angled gimbal. So when you put the camera on, this doesn't, oh, this actually does have the plate. So here, let me put this on here. I balanced this out yesterday, but now I'm not gonna spend the time to get it all back into place. But if we just slide this roughly in, you can see the gimbal, the angled rear plate on here, doesn't block the LCD. So this is kind of the latest and greatest of their gimbals. Let's see if I can just get that just ever so slightly. Okay, cool, close enough. It's almost there. Unfortunately, small problem, the battery pack isn't working on this. So it arrived Wednesday, I fired it up yesterday, and it's not working. I got it all balanced out, and the battery isn't working. It's not charging. So I've contacted the company. They are going to hopefully get me a replacement battery before I leave, but that means they're gonna have to ship it to where I'm gonna be before I actually get on the plane to go to Europe. So we'll see if it can happen. I'm hoping, because I really wanna take this. Not just because the GH5S isn't stabilized, and I'll do some shooting with that, but also because I wanna have that just different walking, moving shot, get some more movement into it. Now, this iCan DS2A does come quite highly recommended. It's quite popular. The list price, retail price on that is $700. It was on sale, or it was at a reduced price or whatever on B&H for quite a while for $500. For the next 2 weeks, and I just verified the timing this morning, the next 2 weeks, this is only $350 on B&H. So it's basically half price from its original retail price. If you're in the market for a gimbal, motorized gimbal, I think the iCam products are quite highly loved. This is my first one, so I can't say how it compares to anything else. Getting it set up yesterday took a little bit of work until I watched their video. Their printed instructions are rubbish, but if you look at the video, it explains how to do it. Then you understand, you get it all balanced out. And unfortunately, like I said, the battery thing isn't working, so I haven't actually been able to turn it on. But I know people love these things, so if you're in the market for one, $350 is a hell of a deal. So that's 2 weeks from today. Today is March 9th, or 2 weeks from yesterday even. So that hopefully is gonna go with me. What else am I gonna take? Other lenses, just to talk about some other little bits and pieces of fun that I'm gonna drag along with me out here. I'll grab a few other Lumix lenses, of course, but a couple of things. I did this video recently on this little pinhole camera, pinhole lens. It's ridiculous. I don't know that I'll use it for anything, but I'm gonna try and find a shot where I want some kind of vintagey old video or something. Look, I don't know. It's fun, it's cool, it's funky. Why not? Play with that. I showed you a while ago this Pixco lens adapter. This is for putting Canon lenses on my Micro Four Thirds Lumix bodies. I've been playing with it a bit. I have learned a lot about them. I will do a whole show on that. I'm not bringing any of my Canon glass with me on this trip, but I am gonna bring this. This is an old lens baby lens. This is the full-on proper distortion lens. And I think the best way that I can show you this is, let's see here. Let me do this. I'm gonna switch over to the main camera here real quick. Ryan, roll that thing over here, will you? This is not how we normally would do this, but it's what we're gonna do today. So let me take this lens off, because it's all Micro Four Thirds, which is crazy cool. And the lens cap is an actual screw-on piece of metal. Go figure. And we've got it. So now, let's see, Ryan's gonna be my subject here. Let's see here, let's get off the program view. And you step back a couple paces for me. You head over there so that you're in some of the light. There we go. Oh, that is going to, well, so I would, oh, actually, you know what? Here, step back over there. There's too much light there. That's funny. You are, back up. All right, there's not a zoom lens. So let's go look at the studio lens. Where'd it go? And there we go. So I push and pull on the lens to focus it. And as I tilt one way or another, you get this cool smeary effect. So ideally, you find your focus point. It's a little tough for video, but hey, there you go. Use something like that, and you get this cool, funkified look. Isn't that neat? I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing. I'm gonna bring it because I can. It's just fun. This is the old version, what is it, version 2.0 of this thing. It was for my Canon lens. It fits with this adapter. That's pretty cool. There's actually there's two of these adapters. One of them has a built-in iris. I think I will replace it and put that on here because like just right here, it was too bright on him. And there is, so that way I'd have an actual iris control on it. So why not? All right, I'll give you that back. That's all yours. And let's see, I don't want to show anything else over there. I'll show the rest right here. So I'm also gonna bring, I'll be filling up other stuff in this bag. I showed you this one before. This is the Think Tank Airport Advantage Plus. This is the roller bag. This will get packed up with additional camera bodies and lenses and all the other rigmarole that I'm gonna bring, including the suction mount, because I know I'm gonna wanna do some car shots. So I will be mounting this on the hood of the car, driving through the countryside. I have, by the way, recorded a video for you that is a comparison of the GH5 to the GH5S for stabilization purposes mounted on the car. That will get released sometime while I'm away. That's already uploaded and done and up on YouTube, ready to go, but we'll release that while I'm off on the road. I also did a video about slow motion that is ready to go, so you'll get to enjoy that while I'm gone as well. So I'm gonna have that with me. I'm also going to have, see, I told you, I'm not traveling light on this thing. Absolutely not traveling light. Isn't anybody gonna test out the super chat? Doesn't somebody wanna test that out and see if the light comes on? All right, let's see what else is in here. The Edelkrone Slider 1. Love the slider, definitely bringing this. It's heavy, but it's small. I don't really care too much about the weight because it's going into the roller. So yeah, I'm gonna bring this. I don't know that I'll use it for sure, but slider shots are great. So that's coming with me. And I guess that was it for other big gear. Yeah, so mounts, camera mounts. Oh, I'll have a little tripod with me as well, the Mi Photo tripod. So camera mounts, we're gonna have a tripod, which might not get used. We're gonna have the slider, which probably will get used. We're gonna have the car mount, which will definitely get used. With any luck, I'm gonna have the gimbal, if they get a battery in time. I will shoot the large video, the vlog video on GH5, and I'll bring the GH5S so if we get any low light stuff. But the footage, the video that's the actual what we're producing with the GNARBOX and everything will be shot on the GH5. So that, I think, is everything. I'll post some behind the scenes stuff as we go and once I actually finally get all this stuff packed up. So that will happen. Construction Podcast says, what was that? Was that a Blackmagic camera? Yes, you were talking about the one that I rolled into here. That is the Blackmagic Studio camera. So the Studio camera has the full monitor on the back so you can see, so that you can set up the shot, compose the shot. It also is just pretty cool. It gives you the ability to switch over to monitor the program. So that is the same thing that you're saying. So the person on camera can see what's actually live, which is pretty slick, and then switch back over to their view if they need to. Yeah, this is great. And this tripod, by the way, this rolling tripod is the cheap version of it's an inexpensive rolling tripod that I got from B&H. It's borrowed right now, but I am going to keep this one, so I'm going to buy it, and I will do a mini review on this because for the price, it's actually worked out quite well. And, for stuff like this, you want to have that rolling tripod. Anything else in the comments? Mark Miller says, thank you for holding this contest and the consolation prize. I appreciate the professional way you handled the prize announcement. Why I do what I can. Anything else? Let's see here. That is all that's going on there. So let's back out of that, back to the main screen here. And I think we're going to call it a day. I have got some serious work to do. So thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Oh, right. So for the next couple weeks, I'm gone. So that means no live show on the regular schedule until April. I'm gone 2.5 weeks, but then the last half of the last week is spring break, and I'll be home with my kids, so I won't be coming in then either. So basically, I'm out for 3 weeks. I already have a couple videos that are edited and ready to release. I will probably publish a couple more while I'm out there, not the production video that we're doing. That's going to come later. I'll probably be able to release a couple more while I'm out there. I will try and go live. I will try and go live a couple of times, probably not on any type of a normal schedule. It'll just be one of those, I've got some time, I've got the bandwidth. That's always the key, is the bandwidth. I know my wife's family home, they don't have great bandwidth there, so we'll see what I can get. But I'll do my best to go live at some point. I'll probably bring the Mevo out with me so that I can use that and just keep it nice and simple and easy. But that is that. Thank you very much, everybody. Make sure you follow along. I'll be on Twitter and Facebook and Instagram and all that good stuff, so just PhotoJoseph everywhere. Follow along on the trip. Mr. Tallman Murphy, thank you very much. You have sent a blue. Hey, it worked. Well, you can't really even tell. That's too bright on there. But it's blue. It came on. It totally worked. Huh, okay, we're going to have to find a different way to do that because you cannot tell that actually came on. But it did. That's awesome. Thanks, Tallman, for testing that out. That's really cool. Yeah, it does look white. It's like super bright. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, well, at least now I know. Now I know. And knowing is half the battle. Take care, guys. See you next time. Bye-bye.